Good morning. Dr. Bob Flower with the Monday, December 19th Master Pattern Report. Okay, we got a lot of things to discuss today, and we're going to try an extended program today. Let's see how that works out. All right, for the first thing, last week we hit pretty good. We had our down move on silver as we had been anticipating through the Master Pattern. And that came on the 12th predominantly. And then on the 14th, our down call on the S&P came to fruition. And today, we had been looking at, if you remember, we were looking at the 18th, which was yesterday, thrown into today. There is a pretty good move on silver going on. However, it's down. We had anticipated an up move, but the day isn't over yet, folks. We'll have more on that. Okay, so now this week I'm going to give you some rather extensive predictions for this week. And let's look at those. Pardon me while I read them to you. Okay, so today silver. Tomorrow, the 20th, on the Dow, we're looking at there's a 60% chance of a down move. This whole week is going to be moves, folks. 60% down move on the Dow. On the 21st, 65% it's going back up. On the 22nd, there's a very strong possibility, like 3 to 1, that it will be going up. On the 25th, which is actually going to be next Monday, the 26th, there looks like another 60% chance for an up move. And silver, I have a silver chart here that I'm going to post, and the silver chart looks like we're going to get a bounce up to that around just about $30 level. If it doesn't hit that today, we feel confident it will be back up there this week. However, we think that we haven't seen the bottom of silver yet, and probably will not see the bottom of silver until after the 1st. Okay, so just a little. I'm going to post this up. I realize that it's difficult to see, but you'll see that the move here that we see is December 21st. A move on silver, which we think will occur into an up move from this point, depending on where it finishes today. We think it will finish down, and then this should bounce back up again on the 21st. Okay, we're going to post this on our website, www.masterpattern.net. All right. Now, let's talk about some other things that are going on. I like to use the Master Pattern to detect what's going on behind the scenes and undercover and stuff like that. You know, all the juicy, conspiracy type stuff. And there's a lot going on. Remember, we told you 2 weeks ago about Germany. Well, guess what? Dr. Bob, right there, Germany is now going to lead the new Euro pact. They're going to be the daddies of it all, just as we figured. China and Russia are at each other. Of course, this is not in the paper, but there's a lot of unrest in Russia. And if Putin can't put it together, which we don't think he can, even if he does get elected, Russia may have its problems and come second to China. However, China is having their problems. They are quietly trying to engineer the housing crash. Good luck to that, folks. And we think that you're going to be hearing a lot more about that. Really, really serious stuff. Because if China experiences this bust, then you know It's just a matter of several months before we go. Why? Because here's the scenario. We'll go through it again. The euro is in trouble. The power centers such as Germany and China are hard at work trying to take control. England is battling like hell to maintain its independence and its place of prominence in the world, but it's doubtful if it's going to do that because they, like everybody else, are probably in more trouble than most of Europe. So what happens is that the European economy goes, China or Russia do not step to the forefront. More money then is then the fear money flights to the United States. The United States dollar is already up over 10% in the past month. It's gone from like $73 to $80, almost $81. So that part of the scenario is at work. The metals are weak because they're not perceived as being a flight recourse yet. What happens next in the scenario is big trouble in the United States, and our economy starts to tank. People start losing faith in the dollar. They've already lost faith at that point in time in Europe, as well as in Asia. Where does the money go? You bet it goes to gold and silver and the rest of your commodities. And a lot of the commodities are moving up in price simply because they're the hard currency. They're what a lot of smart money is moving into. Okay? So that, once again, is the scenario. Brazil is hard at work trying to take wrest control of South America, and they're doing a pretty damn good job. We'll see how that works out. Canada is stepping up as perhaps the only neutral party in this whole gang that might be of assistance. But there again, that's a different type of economy, and they also likewise have trouble, but they're coming out of it. They're doing a decent job up there, and of course their dollar is now at parity with ours. Voila! Well, things are really shaping up to shift the money from here to there, and make us slaves, economic slaves. Okay. So, if you need convincing that the world is falling apart, all right, consider this. China and the real estate bubble. These are U.S. headlines, by the way. I'm going to read to you. China and the real estate bubble. Russia and serious political issues and control. France, third largest bank, is about to tank. Right? Italy and Greece, union riots. This was all one day in the Wall Street Journal. One day report. I mean, any one of these things is likely to cause fear and consternation to anybody. But here we are, one day in the Wall Street Journal, and we see the world going to hell in the handbasket, and our leadership, our inept leadership, is still considering a class warfare posture. Okay, look, whether you like Obama, you don't like Obama, I don't care. It's simply not presidential. It's not leadership to divide a country. I'm sorry. Especially in times like this, right? These are not good times, as we all know. You don't do that, and this is really bad mechanics. This is not something that anybody should be pursuing, much less the President of the United States. Okay, and what else? Well, let's look at the Canadian pipeline. I mean, The deal isn't in place with the muckamucks. That's why they're not. The president's not approving it. They have a backroom deal that they have to make on this, and that's not done. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, with all jobs, he's got the unions that are going to come out against him big time if he doesn't pass this thing. Um, Germany, as we said before, is now poised to be the overseer for the common market. And Britain is sticking its nose in there, and you know they're going to screw up things because they want to be the perennial power of the world, if not for the European market. But that's not happening. So, in any event, folks, there's a lot going on behind the scenes here, and I recognize the fact that we all have our own problems, we all have our own issues. This being a holiday season, you would think that things would be better, and I certainly hope that they are better for you. But it's a time for personal and national awareness. It's a time to consider the things that we've had in the past and be grateful for those things that we've had. Look to the losses that we've had as a learning lesson. We don't have to do this. The problem is that we're not fighting hard enough, and I mean getting out there, getting over to one of your congressman's offices, and condemning the sons of a gun for not being what we want, right? So it's very important that that we do this. I mean, do it whatever way you want. Do it with the email. I mean, the most effective way is to call, and the most effective way is to be there and tell them how disgusted you are with the way they, not the other guys, they are handling matters. Okay. And trust me, no matter what they say, they're not handling it right. Right? We should be bent on performance, bent on programs, and bent on listening to what the American public wants. And I'm not talking about these polls that say, well, 60% of the American people think this and 60%. No, I'm talking about the wisdom. This is what we have to look to the diplomacy, to what our founders were trying to teach us about democracy and capitalism. And don't forget, they were not big fans of the political parties. Okay, that's what's taken over, and that's what's killing us. Again, I think that we're going to see a brand new either a political movement, a new movement, or a new party emerging by the end of 2012. And stay tuned and be aware of that. Tell your friends that to be aware. Be careful of where you put your money. Make sure everything that you do is as secure as it humanly can be. Watch for investments. There are good real estate investments. There are some good bond investments. Keep your eyes open. We'll try and post those for you on the website as we see different ones. So stay tuned to that. I want to wish you all a happy holiday. Looking forward to seeing you not next Monday, but next Tuesday. And I'm going to have a little family surprise for you at that point in time. But please stay tuned. I'm going to try and answer all your questions, especially on the website or in direct mail, wherever I can. I know a lot of you have a lot of questions about how the master pattern operates and things of that sort. And we're trying to put some stuff together for you that makes sense and that you can use. Hey, thanks again. Have a great holiday. Love you all.